America and Central America, and even in Canada. They are heavily populated with people whose ancestors came from Africa. So when you total up the number of Afro-Americans, real Afro-Americans, in the Western Hemisphere, there are perhaps 100 million. And if these people ever unite among themselves, not only is it necessary for the Afro-Americans in the United States to be organized, but it's also necessary for the Afro-Americans in the Caribbean, or the Afro-Cubans, the Afro-Brazilians. It's necessary for all of them to be organized. And then once they are organized in each place, we have to organize among ourselves so that the Afro-American in the United States will be working in conjunction in a coordinated program with those who are in Cuba and those in Brazil.
Greetings to the family. One thing I realized in life, some people just dream. Others live their dreams, you know? Greetings to the family wherever you are in the world. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the Artist Journal, where we feature beautiful art, entrepreneurship, and affairs that pertain to the African continent. I'm your brother Samal. Welcome to another episode. Just wanted to get on here. I consider this space to be our digital village. A place that we can come to and just chop it up and talk and reason together and build together and network together. You know, whether you from Canada, America, UK, South America, on that beautiful African continent, we can all come together on one accord under one umbrella of truth, righteousness, scholarship, history, and just vibe as melanated people or people of color. And we can come and exchange ideas and knowledge and, you know, etc., etc. I wanted to come on here and talk today about the last video I put up entitled We Are Africans, period. I'm not on here to debate or to fight with people on what it is that you all identify with. My goal is to simply share my journeys, my experience, and when I come across primary sources that is backed by scholarship, that is backed by scholarship, historical accounts of things, people, places, I feel compelled to share those things. So in the areas of who is indigenous and who is not, and are we from the African continent? Is it called Africa? I say Africa because we all know what I'm talking about. It's a point of reference. We know that Africa, the term, didn't come from Africa, but it's a point of reference. If we want to call it Kush, we can call it that. If we want to call it Akibolan, we can call it that. You know, if we want to call it the Garden of Eden, we can call it that. From a biblical perspective, we can call it that. All I'm interested in is that block of real estate, that block of earth that is the most dense, the most resource rich, you know, the biggest of all continents that we today call Africa. I'm going to champion for that continent. I'm going to be a representative and ambassador for that continent. Why? Because from a scientific standpoint, that is where all life stems from. That is the consensus. So I'm going to go with scholarship. And the scholarship says that all life started out of East Africa. If you want to debate or fight with that, you have to, from a collegiate standpoint, you have to submit, you understand, your paper and dispute. Sorry about that, family. You have to dispute it with the consensus of scholarship. So when I say that I'm an African, I mean that I'm from that continent. If you want to say that you're from the Americas, that's cool. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Identify with it. But be able to back your claims up with scholarship. With scholarship, I know that the great majority of black people in the Americas, we all speak English, right? We all wearing t-shirts and jeans and go to baseball games, and you know, so my point is that a lot of us over the past 50, 60 decades, we could say a century, have lost our way. This is facts. We're speaking and communicating in English. If we are from the Americas and we are indigenous to America, we should at least know our native tongue. I would say that we was displaced from that African soil a few centuries ago. And because we was displaced from that continent centuries ago, we have lost our sense of land, our sense of language, and our culture and traditions. So when I get on that plane, my goal is to seek out that which I lost. I want to understand how they did things in ancient Mali, and ancient Songhai, and Timbuktu, and ancient Kemet. I'm not saying that I'm a descendant of ancient Egyptians. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that Kemet, or Egypt, was the greatest civilization that flowered out of Africa. Undisputable. You know, I want to learn how Mansa Kakan Musa, the Lion King of Mali, was able to become the richest man that ever lived. Worth was over $400 billion at the age of 26. Me personally, I want to know how he did that. You understand? I want to understand how the Dogon tribe was able to see and to have a knowledge of certain star systems that existed 50 years before the telescope was created. I want to understand these things. I want to understand how ancient Kemet understood the anatomy and the physical biology or the physical breakdown of the human body without even severing or cutting the skin. I want to understand these things. So I put myself in position to understand. We all know that math, science, all of these things came out of ancient Kemet. Thus, that's why you have the term chemistry, right? These is facts. These is historical facts. These aren't points that folk can wrestle with or debate. You can't. Where did math come from? If you're saying that math didn't come out of ancient Kemet or Africa, where did it come from? If you're saying our great sciences didn't come out of ancient Africa, where did it come from? That's a question. That's a question for the chat. If you have any comments, then remember this is a safe space that we all can come. This is not debating on the level where we fighting and bickering. No, it's for an exchange of information and knowledge. We're just kicking it. We're just kicking it. Yeah. So I wanted to play the clip of Brother Jabari. He's a scholar, well renowned in the Kemet community, and is a heavyweight when it comes to scholarship. Have over 3 to 4 degrees in historical studies. He has taken over 4,000 people to Africa, particularly Egypt, which we call Kemet, and also Ghana. So he's well renowned. That is the clip that I played before doing the video. And also, I'm gonna end this video here with a clip of Malcolm X and share with the family what he had to say, pertaining Africa and African Americans. So if you haven't yet, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. This is your brother Samal. Jessica will be tuning in to the Artist Journal soon. She's working on some projects. We're moving around a little bit, and you guys will see her soon. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And remember, this is your space that you can come in and just kick it with the Artist Journal. This is the digital village, which I call it, and I'm always proud and glad to come on here and kick it with the family. So until next time, and also family, I forgot to mention, we also created a jewelry line where we have a luxury style 925 sterling silver pieces made out of Gambia. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna put the link in the description that'll take you straight to our website. So, and on the next video, I'll put up an advertisement. We create a commercial so you guys can see. So until next time, family, this is the Artist Journal.
I don't know how exactly it happened, but we have people working against their own interests. I don't want us to get sidetracked. The reason why we had this discussion is because there are people who are saying that black people are not the people who founded ancient Kemet. And as we ask questions, they shift the goalposts like they were on trailer truck wheels.